Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I think it's a great honor for me standing in front of this fantastic audience and speaking on this topic. Thank you, Zahid Saab, for giving us this opportunity and HR Matrix as overall. Before I start anything on, let me share an anecdote on. So I'm coming from a technical background. I'm born and raised in Angro Polymers. Joined when Zafar Saab was CEO to Angro Corporation. So standing and speaking in front of him is obviously मेरे लिए itself challenge. But thank you, sir, for whatever has been done to us. But this organization goes back to, and also before I. Congratulations to all the winners for phenomenal work they have put in on this initiative and a continued trust on the HR Matrix in terms of delivering to the expectation of us. Thank you. So, but this, I think if we take this D&I part, let me go back in time zone and look at my own, I'm only talking from Angro perspective. So this is not new to us being very agile and very progressive organization. This is built into the DNA of the system. But this is not like Nasir Saab touched base, Atif talked about banking sector has its own dimensions or financial sector has its own dimensions, telecom its own dimensions, but we are a manufacturing concern organization where bulk of our main power is from technical backgrounds and having a very different requirements 24/7 at work, the call outs and whatnots. So inherent challenge that Ma'am Shahnaz also picked up. So many things are very much humans, male centric. Every decision that we have to take is very spontaneous. So can a girl take that decision? So these are the biased thoughts, gender biased thoughts I will always take. And those actually keep us pushing that should we take this decision or not. So as a result, I'm not going way back, but in 2020 even, Angro Polymer was standing at 4% of the diversity ratio as Angro Polymer only. But when we analyze that what is the reason that despite a great name in Pakistan, a brand that Angro is carrying, we have the fantastic facilities, daycares, every top-notch policies towards, we don't have any disparity in gender pays, and so still always keep on saying this 9 to 5 mentality that we carry is a centuries old theory and probably a male dominated theme when it was developed, because generally male was the bread earner at that point in time and a female was taking care to the other part of the system. But is this the current system in sync with that? Why can't we give our female colleagues an option if they want to come to office, get some time in between and go back to the home, maybe work from home for some time. So these kind of agile policies, then we deliberated and we put in place. So what we did is enabling the overall atmosphere, and a result of that, in last 4 years, what we have achieved is from a 1% in manufacturing, which is 80% of our population, close to 500 permanent manpower. From a 1% of diversity ratio, we are at now in 2025 sitting at 11% in manufacturing only. And as a combined together, we are at 13% in 2025 in the organization, where our non-manufacturing is 27% in terms of the diversity as the only gender if we talk about. How we have achieved this part, there are 4 main factors to it. One is the induction program, because we were able to attract because of the brand name and everything, but girls were coming after 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, they are not feeling it relevant, so they leave the organization because the system and the atmosphere is not conducive to that part. Because the ratio is smaller and they cannot work in night shifts, the call outs and everything. So what we did, we have 4 programs of induction on a regular basis: a trainee engineer program, trainee assistant engineer program, trade apprentice program, and the management training program. We made targeted approach to these 4 programs, where we have increased the gender diversity ratio from, say, 0% or 5% to currently, in the current batch, as high as 38% as diversity in terms of only gender. So when you take people in clusters, then they sort of go a long way, and the policies and systems, those are very much in assigned roles to them. But how we are going to take it forward, because this is not the means that we are, the end that we are looking. Probably all these initiatives are means to that end that we are targeting for. And I believe that as we go forward, because we are still a learning organization, trying to learn from each one of you in terms of what best we can do further. But I think still, if you ask me, we have not achieved to whatever even we have thought of. This is just a start point that we have taken up. But I am very thankful to each one of you for supporting and recognizing my HR team that supports girls in terms of not only giving them the opportunity, but also creating them the right sort of atmosphere where they can excel into that part. Now, in the last, I think, if I have to take the future perspective, that how we are trying to navigate from here and what are the impediments. So I still feel, because few weeks back we were at OICCI, there was a PWD related conference going on, and one of the girl came up as a speaker. She was PWD, and she actually jolted everything, and Binish was with me. I said, yaar, hum kahan hain fir is overall arena mein? And what her point was that, have you ever realized, whenever you go to restaurants, you go Bukhari, you go Shahbaz, any restaurant you try, those are not even designed for PWDs. We only talk and we only appreciate, yes, they are differently able, but we don't do anything concrete that can help them actually be the productive part of the society. So what we are trying to do, even as of today, if I talk about most of our systems, even our offices, our regional offices, those are not capable to handle PWDs. The ramps are not proper. अगर कहीं पे किसी ने वो formality के तौर पे रख दिया है, तो उसका angle इतना है कि उस पे वो wheelchair चढ़ नहीं सकती है. So point only is where we are heading towards it. So there's a lot more onus is on us as organization. We owe to them. And that is where the dream is, that there's not only the gender part, it's more about inclusion and equality. So that's what the challenge in front of us. And it's not only us as Engro, but it's with everybody, that whatever we can do in terms of making sure that we help them. And until and unless we don't do this, neither we are going to capitalize on the PWD's competence, nor we are going to induct our 50% of female population into the main work stream. I'm thankful to each one of you, and God bless us all. Pakistan Zindabad. Assalamu alaikum.